Sitting.
Just sitting around.
Yeah. Are you streaming?
Yeah, hold on. This is loud. Why is it so loud?
My mic is so far away. All right, hello. Wow, what is this? What is happening?
Hold up. Something's super loud right now. I don't know what it is. Why is it so loud? You know, this new Black Magic, John, like it makes things so loud, and I just don't understand why. I'm pretty sure that's a good volume. I don't know. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Drunk Crypto.
Hey guys, I'm in my pajamas.
As the Drunk Crypto Variety Show. This is episode 1. Thank you so much for joining us. Variety. What does that mean? Well, variety is a word. And words have definitions. So the definition of variety is when things vary.
Yes.
So let's just move that because that looks unkempt. Y'all did not see that. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Shout out to my eToro pillows. eToro, you fixed your platform, but it's still crappy because I can't do anything less than $50 of the withdrawal. But shout out to my couch pillows. Oh, look. Because it's green.
Wait, no, put it down. They're not supposed to see that there's stuff behind us.
That's so cool.
No, there's nothing back there. Don't look.
That is so funny.
Don't look. So I thought today would be a cool day because apparently there's like a lot of stuff going on in like the VR world that we're doing and like Jerome's doing and just like VR is kind of popular. So I know you've been streaming VR lately. How's that been going?
I have. It's fun. I like VR. I enjoy VR. I've been putting it on my channel. So if you guys have caught me playing VR, that's me playing VR.
If you caught her, it's her.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know what else to say, but I like VR. VR is fun.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
So I like, well, one, I'm really bad at shooting games, like actually, like, you know, Call of Duty, because like the process of me moving my hand along with also pointing the gun and then shooting, like my brain doesn't like process that. So like having half of that taken away and just having to aim and shoot is so much easier. One. Two, it's just an immersive experience, so it's a lot funner than just like, I guess, staring at a screen. Like you're actually in the game. So it kind of like takes away other distractions. That's kind of like, I guess that's the issue I've always had with gaming. I get bored easily because like there's so much other things I can be doing. But like when I do this, I could at least like actually do it for an hour. And like the game, as long as the game is fun and as long as I can get through it, like it's okay. So.
That's nuts, yo. Like, I can't imagine, like, being here but not being able to see anything, like, that's around me for an hour.
Just take your glasses off.
I can still see, like, if something's coming at me, though.
Oh, man.
As long as it's big enough. Because if it's too small, I'll never see it. Never see it. But for sure Jerome's laughing. But... Listen, so here's the thing. I got sidetracked by your quip. Wasn't ready for it.
Ooh.
Wasn't ready for
man.
your quip.
Man, if there's anything I'm always ready for is to get at Tim.
Honestly.
Get that ass. Oh, man.
Who said that? The guy from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yo,
Uncle Tony.
Tony. He's fire.
You know, Tim was so skeptical of meeting this guy who I call Uncle Tony because he's a wonderful man. Wonderful man, honestly.
I'm skeptical. First of all, hold on. Let me point out that I'm skeptical of meeting anyone that anyone calls aunt or uncle that's not actually their aunt or uncle. So,
why? You have somebody who you call aunt, and she's not your aunt?
I don't introduce her to people.
You introduced her to me.
Well, you happen to be there.
Sure, but you still call her auntie when you pick up the phone.
Honestly, I don't think that I introduced you like that. I think I just went there and then you were like, "Hi, I'm Annalise," and she was like, "Hi, I'm first name."
I'm first name. Oh man. Anyways, I mean maybe, but like you always refer to her as your auntie.
Mhm. I don't force you to meet her. I was kind of forced to meet Uncle Tony a little bit.
Well, we had to like. Okay,
we had to stop.
So this is when we went on a road trip to Vegas. We had to stop in Mississippi, and the reason I met this man is because when the hurricane was coming, I evacuated to his home, And
Which is even, what does that even mean? You don't know him and you met him because you evacuated to his home? Obviously, I was.
well, he was an
skeptical.
Airbnb, and then like we ended up being like literally the best of friends because he's just an amazing person. And
Did
I
he
mean,
charge
there's
you the Airbnb rate the whole time you were there?
no,
How long extra did he let you stay?
like as long as I wanted. What do you mean?
Word?
Yeah.
That's lit.
What? He's Uncle Tony,
Nah,
man.
he's lit. He's
no, I'm
lit.
telling you, that's Uncle Tony,
Nah,
man.
He's a really cool guy. Super cool.
Man.
I was talking to him and he was like, he was asking me questions about stuff because he was like, oh, so what do y'all do, whatever. We were explaining, why we were on this road trip even to begin with, cryptocurrency, blah, blah, blah. And this man was like, oh, yeah, I used to get on the dark web. Don't let this old country boy fool you. Or so, I don't know, some shit like that. I was just like, all right, boy.
Love that man.
All right.
Love that man.
This
Super
beer is
funny.
pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
$4, Trader
It's
Joe's.
very appropriately named Simpler Times, and it really tastes like they didn't like mash up the wheat all the way or whatever. Whatever they like used to do to make beer, it tastes like that's what this is.
Well, there you go.
Like an ale.
Shout out Trader Joe's.
Some shit.
I love Trader Joe's for obvious reasons. So,
What does that mean?
do you like the beer?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, it's warm.
It was $4.
I would have freezered it, not fridged it, but
Well, the temperature is besides the fact of the taste.
I don't
And
the
the price.
It could be way crisper. I don't know. I could even be
Well,
more
it's
in love.
simpler times. There wasn't crispy. You didn't get a crisp. How, like, if you asked for crisp, you couldn't get that in simpler times.
Well, that's true, but like, damn it, I don't have anything for that. We'll circle back. Anyways, we kind of got sidetracked, but in honor of the fact that you do a lot of VR stuff, I thought it would be really cool because, me and Jerome, with help from Rachel, Crypto Finally, she kind of gave me an idea to try something that worked. But me and Jerome figured out how to. Streaming VR is really difficult, as like you've probably seen and heard.
I've tried.
Yeah, it's really difficult, and so I think some of your streams now use this technique, or maybe they don't. I don't know. But what we do now is we stream to the Oculus app on the phone, and then cast that somewhere else, because the Oculus doesn't want to cast like to a lot of shit for some
Right.
reason. I couldn't figure out why. Like even plugging it in, like it's kind of hard to do. So we use that and we cast to the phone, and there's like another way that we pull all that, and there's like kind of some moving pieces or whatever.
Right.
But if you have the right equipment, you can make it work, and it's actually pretty lit.
Is it?
So I thought in honor of that, somewhere later on in the stream, one could like play a little VR or whatever. But since we now have this wonderful new setup, and I can do way more cool creative things, we got this switcher and we got all this cool stuff. I thought it would be dope to actually show people how to get everything set up, and then you could like play some VR for like a little bit. So,
Okay, sounds cool.
I just thought that would be cool. It's the Drunk Crypto Variety Show, so every week you never know what's going to happen.
Never know.
Could be literally anything, but it's always going to be, sometimes drunk, mostly crypto, very technology, so kind of...
Very technology.
Yeah, kind of anticipate that. And then I had this cool idea where we bring people on, and we just tell them, like, oh, it's a variety show or whatever, but I get drunk. And then they do like whatever their like talent or like thing is, but really the whole shtick is that we're just like forcing crypto on them the whole time, because like they already agreed to be here, like they're not gonna leave, or if they do leave, that would be hilarious. Shout out Eric Andre. But yeah, so like we just get people to come through with like their talents and shit. I have one free petting zoo or whatever it is, so we could use that.
Petting zoo? We're gonna invite somebody to do a petting zoo on the stream.
Remember the job I did?
Yeah.
With the kids thing. Yeah, he'll come and like do whatever one day if we want, or like. So technically, I'm saving like an animal exhibit or whatever for like, like a birthday party for like Aiden or something. But I don't know. We also might be able to get away with just doing one on stream and then kind of teaching him about stuff, and he teaches us about animals, and we're holding animals and stuff.
That would be so cool.
Right?
I want to hold animals.
So yeah,
What kind of animals?
He's got like lizards and like toads and stuff. I don't know about touching the toads, but like maybe the lizards. Definitely no snakes. So you don't bring snakes. But
I like toes.
Toes?
Toes.
Do you? It's like a thing.
Yeah.
No, because like I like toes, but like
Yeah, so you can touch the toes when he brings the toes.
When I say that I like toes, I know how I mean it, but like I don't know how you mean
Did you hear about that Florida man who got fired, actually got arrested for sucking the elderly people's toes here in Florida?
He got arrested for doing a service like that?
Wow, a service. No, he worked. Well, he worked at a hospital. Wait. He worked at a hospital.
You ever see old toes? And this man was just sucking on things?
I don't know, man. I don't know. He got arrested for sucking the patient's toes, the elderly people's toes.
Yo, let me tell you something about my actual Uncle Happy, okay? And rest in peace, great man. Literally, he just always smiled, so that was why his nickname is Happy or whatever. His toes, though, let me tell you about that. Maybe he couldn't reach them to clip them or some shit, but absolutely not. Old people's toes are fucking gross, dude. Like, not good.
I don't know, man. That was today's headliner. When I woke up, it was that, and then Steven Seagal getting fined. Seagal.
I heard you say
cigar.
No, Steven Seagal's.
Seagal. Seminar, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, he got fined by the SEC this morning. I think it was $157,000. Granted,
yeah,
he made over $1 million, so
over a skrillion.
Yeah, was it over $1 million or was it $1 million? It was $250 and then $750. How much is that? I think that's on the money. I think
$250 and $750 is 1,000, so that would be $1 million. If you're
that would be $1 million. It would be on the dot. Yeah, so it was $1 million on the dot supposedly. If he got the tokens from if he got those tokens that were worth at the time, whatever. But
the
yeah,
martial arts seagull.
Yeah, so I mean that happened. Bitcoin was down. Last time I checked, it was at 8.9. Market's been bleeding, but that's typical. What I didn't know that I found out this morning was that the U.S. sold off 400 Bitcoin for $800 value each. 4,000 Bitcoin at $800 in value each.
To who?
I have no idea.
Like one person bought the whole shebang?
I don't know, but I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That probably devalued the market a lot.
Probably. That probably had something to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
But the reason why they do that is because they can't, like... when they seize property, it could be money, it could be this, whatever, like, only sometimes can they just use that money willy-nilly. A lot of times they have to do auctions, so that might have been one of those.
Where
like,
do
FBI
they auction these things, man?
Oh, you want to go to one? Oh,
I would love to. Yo, if I can get Bitcoin for $800, take my life, yo.
It's fire. It's fire.
Yo.
No, but I think, I don't remember the story, but I remember reading that they were going to auction off like a bunch of Bitcoin, so it probably is the same thing, and I do believe it was the FBI that was doing that. Could be wrong. Someone in the chat will yell at me if I'm wrong.
Man, I need to find the next time they're auctioning Bitcoin, man.
Police auctions are lit. You can get everything.
There.
When they take cars from dope dealers or whatever, like, unless it's like a bare minimum like car that they could like use in their lineup, they probably won't use it as an undercover. Like a lot of undercover cars that you see, like just random, like why do y'all have just a random Nissan Sentra? Like they might have gotten that from like a drug bust or whatever. But like when they have like a car that's like like they can't ride around a donk. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot.
What?
Like a donk, like with the big wheels.
A donk?
Yeah.
When you say donk, I think of ass.
What a donk? What are they called?
What?
It's either a donk or a dunk. I don't know. I'm not into like car street culture.
I'm not into car street culture.
You know what? I think it. No, I'm lying. I'm lying because Iceberg is a terrific rapper.
I mean, if you said, "Hey, they some 30s," I'll be like, "All right, some 30-inch rims."
Hold on,
I'd get that lingo, but a donk.
Hold on. Wait. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. Perfect. You know what? I'm gonna be cool and I'm gonna try to pull this up on the stream for y'all in a second, but like that or whatever. Feel me? Let me try to pull this up.
I mean, aren't those just like? Don't they call those by like the numbers? Like those are like 30-inch rims.
Okay, yeah, no. The rims are not the dunk. The car, the whole thing itself, is a dunk. Like, cause it looks ridiculous. The rims are so big. Like,
all right, guys. So just imagine a car off ice cream paint job.
Yeah, facts. Exactly like that. Exactly.
Ice cream.
I'm kind of lazy, so I'm technically not gonna pull this up for you right now.
Yeah, just imagine a car that you would see the hydraulics, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. So.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
If I was more prepared.
Honestly, if I saw my local police officer riding down in that, I would feel much more comfortable.
So my point. Well, that's hilarious. My point in that is like stuff like that they can't use as like a police car. Like you can't be undercover when you're like very.
You could. That's the perfect undercover car. Nobody would ever suspect you.
It's way too overt.
No,
But
no
then-
one would ever
But
suspect
then
you.
the rollover risk of riding around with big old rims like that, they can't get into a chase. Like they wouldn't really even be useful as undercover agents, really. And then how do you? So you're a UC, right? And so how do you transport somebody that you arrested? You gotta fucking give them a boost to get into your car because like it doesn't make sense.
Nah, just call for backup, bro.
What if there's no backup though? You gotta transport this perp.
Where you live in Amarillo, Texas? No, call for backup. We in Broward. There's backup.
Who knows? I don't know.
There's backup.
Anyways, point is, police auctions are very lit, and you can find a lot of cool stuff there. Just like dope stuff. Oh, well, this laptop was used in like a cyber crime or whatever, and just boom, got a cyber crime laptop.
Cybercrime laptop. You know, somebody offered to teach me and Crypto Gal today how to hack Bitcoin wallets.
Yeah, so I heard that, and that's not really a thing.
It's not.
You can't hack a Bitcoin wallet. You can social engineer somebody out of their Bitcoin. You can finesse somebody out of their Bitcoin. You can scam somebody out of their Bitcoin. But you can't hack an actual wallet. The wallet itself cannot be hacked.
Right. I think that's what he meant. Because he was also talking about the whole SIM swapping and like all of that. He was like mentioning those. I think he meant
social engineering.
Yeah, I don't think he meant literally like, hey, I'm gonna hack your wallet, but literally like forcing a person's information over.
And first of all, let's just talk about this for a second, okay? I know that you don't care, and I know that nobody watching cares, but there is a distinction between hacking and cracking. And what most people call hacking is actually cracking. Hacking actually is just putting shit together and making it work, or adding some hodgepodge functionality to a piece of software or whatever that's not really supposed to be there, because you're literally just hacking different shit that you have together to make something that's not technically supposed to be. Cracking is actually what most people think is. The distinction is long lost, but back in the 90s, you would get punched in the fucking face for being wrong about that, okay? And I'm a 90s kid, and that's where my internet shit came from. AOL 2.0, baby, we in there.
AOL 2.0.
Dial-up. They used to give out the CDs at ShopRite.
I used to see those CDs, like they used to be like in little stacks. Where was I? Like Winn-Dixie or something. One of those little supermarkets. Like way back when. They don't have ShopRites in Florida.
No. Or Pathmark.
Pathmark?
Pathmark.
No idea. Never heard of it.
Their logo's a shopping cart. Path is like blue. Mark is red. I don't know. It's just a grocery store. Pathmark.
I only know ShopRite. I know Wegmans. I
do not know Wegmans. I know Piggly Wiggly, but only because I know girls.
What's that other one there's ShopRite, and then there's another one with a shopping cart, and I don't remember what it is.
Maybe Western Beef?
No, not Western Beef. They have a cactus.
A what?
A cactus?
Cactus?
Yeah. You never seen the cactus with the cowboy hat for Western Beef?
I've seen a cactus, but we'll just let the chat have fun with that last one. Continue.
Okay, so then there's another one. Oh man, what's that other one? There's another one up north. I don't know. Those are the only ones I know. Anyways, besides
Rite Aid?
supermarkets, Rite Aid. No, not Rite Aid. That's a pharmacy.
Yeah, I didn't think that was it. But
man, I can't remember. I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
That's a monopoly.
I don't remember. Rite Aid.
Yeah.
I think they bought out Eckerd's, yeah.
So they bought out Eckerd's with Walgreens, and Rite Aid took all the Eckerd's in the north, and then Walgreens took all the ones in the south. Like, that's a monopoly. You're not I don't think that's legally legal. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's
it went through, dude.
Shit laws about that. So.
It went through.
Did they ask for permission, or did they just do it?
They just did it. They're not that big.
Who's not that big?
Them?
Rite Aid?
Because there's Rite Aid, there's Walgreens, there's CVS, and then there's all the little ones.
Yeah, but where do you go when you're in LA or whatever?
I don't know. I've never been to LA.
You go to Rite Aid.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, Rite Aid is slightly more popular in NY than Walgreens. There's.
I honestly have not seen. Actually, no. I saw Walgreens in Manhattan, but I haven't seen it's very rare you come across a Walgreens up north.
In Manhattan, right off Broadway, and I don't fucking know. There's a Rite Aid and a Walgreens right next to each other.
I don't know. I don't even like New York. Sorry, guys.
What? I fucking love New York. I miss just walking around the city, just getting lost and shit. Well, not lost because it's fucking straight lines, but. Anyways, let's see here. Chat's going hammer. Bitcoin Jake saying a lot of things. It is
hammer.
It's a dunk, not a dunk. Okay. Not a lowrider. Well, you can randomly generate 12 and 24 word phrases or not randomly. Okay, so yes, if I'm understanding where you're trying to go with this Bitcoin, Jake, talking about the wallet hacking thing, do you know why Bitcoin wallets are so like secure or whatever?
Why they're so secure?
Yeah.
Mostly just because of all the authentications and factors that you have to go to get in it.
So well, sort of the encryption that's used to have a private key that correlates with a public key is called SHA-256.
Mm-hmm.
You've definitely heard that term a bunch of times, but you probably don't know that it was like the CIA or one of these government organizations that made it. Maybe the NSA. I'm not sure. And it's been around for a really long time, and it's really stood the test of time, even to the point that like some of the quantum computers that we have now can't do enough guesses like per minute or per whatever per millions of years to even be able to have a chance at cracking one. However, theoretically, if I have a I'm going to use simple numbers and then we'll use big numbers. If I have a 1 in 10 chance of winning and I got the first 3 guesses wrong, on my 4th guess, what is my chance of winning?
At that rate,
Mm-hmm.
if you had 1 in 10, it would be
And I got
like
the first 3
7
wrong.
in 10.
That's what most people would think, but actually no. So no matter what happens with randomness, with true actual randomness, if there's a 1 in whatever crazy number, a quadrigazillion, chance to guess a Bitcoin wallet, no matter how many guesses you do, every new guess still only has a 1 in a quadrillion whatever bazillion chance in getting it. Like the probability never changes. So you're just as likely to get it on the first try as you are to get it on the quadrigazillionth try when trying to crack a Bitcoin wallet. So theoretically, the chances that somebody gets lucky one day and is just running a thing that tries a bunch of different private key, combinations and then actually finds a corresponding wallet or whatever that has, funds in it. There's a good chance that would happen, but it's not. There's no good chance that it would be something that's repeatable to any degree with the technology we have now. So that's fun. So you guys just all learned like a bunch of stuff, except for Bitcoin Jake because he's a pro. Something. There are 2,048 words to use. Tested with less than 200 words, and not even 1% was like a 2 gigabyte file of 12 words and phrases. Something about something. Lots of words going on there. Bitcoin Jake.
Bitcoin Jake. Shout out to Bitcoin Jake. All right. So besides that,
one person bought all 4,000 of those fucking Bitcoin that you were talking about earlier. Shout out Jakey in the chat.
I mean, I would too, yo. Like that's nuts. That's literally nuts.
Can we find out who did it? That has to be public information, right?
Maybe, but that's also kind of like, I don't know, that's kind of risky for them to like, yo, the ratio on that, $800, $9,000. 9,000, yo, the fucking like, oh, that makes me so sad.
But here's the thing, though. You have to think about it this way. So, like, I think it was most likely an auction, right? I don't think the government just set, like, a stupid price, because that would have just been dumb, right?
Right.
So if it was an auction, that means that not a lot of people knew about it, that the auction was even happening, or, like, knew what the actual value of it was. Because for it to go for 800, like, if you told me, like, oh, here, you could buy this box of literally it's rocks, but, like, somebody will pay you, millions of dollars for it, like... if you're trying to tell me like, oh, we'll start the bidding at $1 a rock and it goes up to like even $1,000 a rock, like I'm still in there. Like I'll pay fucking $5,000 a rock if I can get $1 million for this box of rocks. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't really matter what it is. If anyone that was actually there even like had a little inkling, understanding, minute, whatever.
Well, I mean, the person
Bitcoin,
who bought it did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it must have really not been like that hot of an item. Cause like they auctioned off everything, so you would have had to pay like the whole total lump sum or whatever. So the bidding did get like it probably got like crazy when you think about like the total. They paid 800 times 4,023 or whatever. So I mean the bidding did get up there, but like I wouldn't have fucking stopped there. The disparity is crazy. Hold on, where's my calculator? The disparity is crazy between that.
So did they auction it like all in one shot? Is that what they did?
Yeah. Jakey Boy says it was all one thing. 800 times.
Man, I would have took out a loan for that one.
So they paid $3 million or 3.2 million. Let's just call it, right. So like the bidding, obviously, like it got a little crazy or whatever. But like, I don't know, man. We hear all these talks about like Bitcoin whales, Bitcoin whales, Bitcoin whales. Like, yo, the whales could have showed up and splashed that bitch, and like, even
I
just paid
mean,
half
so
of the
so
value.
here's my thing. They paid the 3 million, but
3.2
like,
million.
yo, that's worth it's worth over $36 million though.
Wait, no, 800 Bitcoin, right?
No, 4,000 bitcoins for $800 each.
Oh shit!
Yes,
Stop.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Stop. What's the price right now? Hold on.
9,000.
I'm just gonna use 9,000.
9,000.
I'm just use
That's
9,000.
$36,000.
Oh my god!
Over $36,000.
So,
This
hold
person
on.
paid $3 million for over $36,000 on current pricing.
And get this, holy shit! An even bigger fuck you to everyone else out there. Let's say they're gonna do the right thing and pay taxes on it, because like whatever, you have to. They're paying taxes at $800 per Bitcoin.
Basically.
Christ. Or are they paying taxes on what it's like actually worth?
No, if it got sold to them for $800, they should pay taxes off of that for the $800.
Oh fuck! Wait, no. So that means they get fucked then, because the capital gains on that is going to be wacky.
I don't know.
The
man.
capital gains is going to fuck them, but they still made out like bandits.
But you only really pay taxes.
Super easy claps, and now either they're a whale for only 3.2 million, like a whale, a fucking whale, or they just they doubled money that might not have even been theirs. Yo, bank, I got this crazy idea. Just trust me, yo. All right, you never been wrong before. Here's the 3.2. Boom, done. Here's the money back. Like,
I mean that too, but like what I'm saying is, like, technically speaking, they don't really have to pay taxes back until they cash it back out into USD. If they just want to keep that in BTC and just spend all the BTC for eternity, or even go to another country and just fucking cash it out.
no, but you pay taxes when you spend it. If you're gonna actually do the right thing, regardless of where you are in the world, you're a U.S. citizen, whatever. So whenever you spend anything, you pay taxes on that.
Sure, but I'm not going to spend USD in the UK.
No. But because you bought that in the United States or whatever, technically, supposedly, you're supposed to pay tax on that. And you also can't leave because there's an expat fee. Did you know that? Did you know there's a tax to denounce your citizenship and leave the country?
I'm sure.
You have to pay money to leave.
Yeah, it's like 40%.
And it costs more money to leave than it does to come to this country. So, how about that? Everyone complains about capitalists.
I mean,
and
I would not
billionaires.
denounce my
Well, we got it
citizenship,
back.
but I would definitely get dual citizenship.
But then you might get stuck paying taxes in two places.
So when you pay taxes, it's only when you have property or work in that country.
No.
It's not, if I did not make any revenue.
That's not how Big Daddy USA works. I can tell you that right now.
Right, but that's how, like for example, in DR, my parents, they have dual citizenship. They don't do any business there. They don't pay taxes there. They don't have any property there.
Yeah, but also in like a lot of Caribbean places, like the taxes work way different, and it actually makes sense. A lot of places you can actually even own a home. Did you know, for example, in what's the one that starts with a B? I think Guyana. Okay, boom. When you own a home,
The one with a B.
oh,
Guyana.
I meant G. I don't know why it said B. Anyways, so Guyana. Listen, so when you own a home in Guyana, supposedly you don't pay taxes on that home if it's unfinished, and unfinished could be something as simple as it's made of brick and not painted. So brick homes are very popular there, as you can rightfully imagine.
Interesting. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. So a lot of places, like, their taxes and like the way you actually own shit is like completely different compared to Big Daddy USA. Big Daddy USA is here to fuck you, and they are not here to use lube. Okay, they do not want to make it pleasurable for you, and that's kind of just where we're at.
My question is, what am I supposed to claim if I made absolutely $0 that year?
What are you supposed to claim?
Yeah.
Well, you don't claim anything.
Well, if I'm doing taxes and I made absolutely $0 USD that year,
You're
then
supposed
what?
to tell them. Legally, you're supposed to file.
Right,
taxes.
you're supposed to file like that you made 0, but like you don't pay taxes for 0.
Mm-hmm.
You made 0, nothing. Like it's.
Yeah, but one of the questions they ask you is like, is this all the money you made? Did you make money from overseas? Do you have money in foreign bank accounts, shit like that? Like.
Right, but they can't tell you, hey, give me your UK money. Like that's
Well,
That's
no, they don't want it in UK dollars. They want it in USA dollars.
right, but you can't. If I made money in the UK and it stayed in the UK, why would I need to pay taxes
Because you're a
in
citizen
the
of the
US?
United States.
But that's not. No, I don't. I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
I'm telling you.
That does not sound right
I
at all.
never lie to you.
At all. No money contributed to the just be like that. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. That's like me leaving the UK, having the dual citizenship, filing taxes in the US, also saying, hey, I've been in the US. None of my money has contributed to the country whatsoever because I have not lived there.
UK dollars are
And then, like, oh, actually, you owe us. Like, that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense.
Do I pay taxes if I make...
While you figure that out, I think I'm going to go grab a beer.
Overseas? Oh, can you grab me another one?
Maybe. We'll see how I feel, guys.
U.S. citizens and resident aliens earning over a certain amount of income from foreign sources may have to pay income tax on the foreign income. You must pay U.S. taxes on income you earned abroad in the same way you pay taxes on income you earned in the United States.
I would never.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying that you should ever.
Honestly, the stupidity of that in itself, like it would only make sense if I was earning income abroad and then spending it here. But it would not make sense if I was earning income abroad and stayed abroad.
Hold on.
Because that's not your government money.
It's still not going to make sense, but I'm going to make it make sense to you. Strap the fuck in, boys and girls. We're going for a wild ride right now. Okay. The reason why you pay taxes, no matter what it is that you do in this world, wherever it fucking may be, is because you are considered human capital. Okay? And we're not going to go into how the USA actually sells you as a fucking physical flesh and body human being to other corporations, but they do. And we can talk about that at another time. But you're human capital, right? Like, let's say, for example, you know, like we're a media company, right? And like you know, need to borrow, I don't know, the ATEM and, you know, my laptop and like some other shit or whatever, and like whatever, just shit that like we own like as a company to go like work a job or whatever, right? Like obviously, like, you know, good for you, like go do shit. That's lit. But like as a company, we gotta get paid on that. You know what I'm saying? Like we need some chain going on over here, or else like, you know, just don't do that. Don't do the thing that we do as a company and then not, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the capital that you're using is owned by this, whatever. So you're owned. The United States owns you. Like you're owned by the United States. You are their capital. You're human capital. So no matter where you go, you're a piece of equipment that needs to generate a certain amount of money because they already sold you for that amount of money, right? So regardless of where you go, like you got to make money. That was a really weird example, wacky example there. Let's say this, right? Let's say I took Trunks somewhere, and Trunks is her dog, by the way, and I took him somewhere, and he did like a photo shoot for Calvin Klein or some shit. I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind, but it was, and here we are today. Would you be happy not getting any money from that?
For another company? No, not really.
So you would not be happy about Trunks going and doing a photo shoot for Calvin Klein and then you not getting paid for that?
I would not be happy.
Right, because that's your dog, right?
Right.
Right, and you're the United States' dog.
Sure, I guess, but like, I don't know. The whole thing with selling the birth certificates and the social security numbers and all that, that's all like nuts to me.
Whoa, I didn't go that deep yet. Like, I don't even know that you know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I know that. I thought that's what you were talking about. I thought
a little bit, but it's not. That's too wacky for most people to accept. But I have other ways to prove that it's still a thing.
Well, it's online. You can go online. You can go to the Treasury and you can buy batches of like birth certificates and shit. Like it's there. It's public information. Like, if you don't know this...
I didn't say it, folks.
Go to the Treasury, go online, and look at it. It's there. You can buy batches of people's birth certificates as they're born. You can buy Social Security. Like, it's weird. It's a very strange concept, but it's there. And honestly...
It's mostly foreign entities that own those.
Honestly, it's the fact that those are being sold...
But yeah, so that's the reason why you have to pay money, and it has to be tracked back to that social security number or whatever, because that number that ties with that birth certificate and whatever else, that's a part of that treasury bond. you are responsible for making a little bit of money on that. So
Yeah.
Excuse
Anyways,
me.
I don't know. I just think this is all it's all weird, dude.
Sly way to call Anna a dog, though. Ha! You're stupid. Big Daddy owns you from the moment you're born. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Oh well, I can't even justify anything. I don't know. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it.
So boom.
Here we are.
Here we are. Here we are. In fact, you're not hot right now. I'm literally dying, fam.
No,
Dying.
not hot at all. I'm actually kind of tired.
Ah,
Been a long
that
day.
shirt's no good either. That shirt's no good either.
My green shirt.
Yep.
I mean blue shirt.
Yep.
What's wrong with my blue shirt?
It's camera doesn't like it.
Sorry.
Camera does not like it. Camera's like, yo, chill, fam.
Sorry, camera. If
Let
you
me
don't
fix you.
like my shirt.
Oh, let me fix you. There we go. I fixed you. Cause I'm the best.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I fixed you.
Okay. Anyways, guys, so I was in New York for NFT NYC.
Oh shit!
If
Have
you
we
guys
not talked about that since you've been back? Oh,
No.
'cause we haven't streamed.
Right.
Oh, go.
So, guys, so I was in New York last week for NFT NYC. That was last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, and that was super cool. So let me tell you a little bit about NFC and NFT. I keep saying NFC. NFT NYC. So if you guys are not familiar with non-fungible tokens, a lot of people are actually kind of not impressed with NFTs. Tim would be one of them. He doesn't understand why they're important.
No. I like certain applications of it, but then certain ones I just can't. It just doesn't thrill me at all.
So NFTs, you can kind of, they're trying to like force the non-fungibility aspect into kind of like pretty much anything. Like they're trying to do NFT in horse races, NFT in podcasting, NFT in like literally anything.
It doesn't need to be like that. Like it's so dumb.
It doesn't need to be. I do agree. I think that's at that point in time we're literally trying to like redo ICO like 2.0. You know, so
Facts. I think honestly, what it is people are looking for fucking money grab. It's like
there is, yeah.
Look at this new 3-letter term that gets people excited, that a lot of people don't understand, that they think they can make money on, and we'll sell it to them for whatever price, and then boom, we'll make all that money up front, and they can either suck a dick later, or maybe they'll make money. Like I don't like that. I don't do shit like that. Do you know how easy it would be for me to scam people? Do you know how easy it would be for you to scam people? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know how easy it would be for us to fucking scam people? Are you joking right now? We can scam the fucking shit out of people.
Can we?
It would be so easy. And you know why I don't do it? I'm a nice guy. And it sucks. And then these people come out with these fucking 3-letter acronyms, and then other people take it and they fucking run with it, and they put it into too much shit. And not all of it's scammy, but then some of it's just dumb. Some of it's really dumb. Like, I just don't get NFT art unless that means that legally, since I physically, like, it's in my wallet, or digitally it's in my wallet, I'm the only one that's allowed to use that, and then I can use that in court as, like, this is my art here, I'm the owner of it, whatever. Like, that makes sense. But other than that,
I'm sure that could be, you can use it for that. Like, I don't see why. I mean, so the purpose of, like, having the NFT is, like, yes, it gives you a sense of ownership. Just like, remember how we were trying to tokenize the pre-Columbian wall, and we were trying to do the pre-Columbian token.
That one also, like, so I want to say that one doesn't make sense, but art that is physical but then will go away after a certain time, it makes sense, like, as a keepsake, whatever. But to say, like, oh, this grants you, like, some ownership of that art, that's not a true statement. It's just not a true statement.
That is true. That is true. Usually, you don't really, because you don't physically own it, you digitally own it, but then you may not actually even ever see it in person, which means you don't actually own it.
I don't want to digitally own anything physical. I think that's stupid. I think it's redundant for no reason. And I love redundancy, okay? I could sit here and talk forever about triple redundancy, but I won't do it. Love it. But owning something physical digitally is so stupid to me. Unless, let's say for art, for example, right? It's an actual art piece. And someone's figured out a way to weave the NFC contacts of like, you know, like let's say like the cards that we have, like that you can, like the Tangum cards or whatever, or the Swiss keys or whatever the fuck. Like if someone could weave that technology into the fabric of an actual canvas, and then the only way to get it out would be to destroy the whole thing anyway, so there is no way to get it out, that would be fire. Because that would prove not only the ownership aspect of it or whatever, which doesn't really matter, but it would prove the authenticity of that item.
I think really the purpose of like tokenizing
That's
certain
fire.
things is the traceability of it. That's really what a lot of people use it for. For example, I don't know if people collect stamps, and there was a company there that they did crypto stamps, and it was literally a physical card with a QR code, and then you can scratch off another portion and you can peel it and it would reveal whatever. And it did work for the Austrian Post because it was an Austrian company, and you can literally, use it as a stamp, like with that little card, and they would accept it. But if you are a rare stamp collector, which people do collect stamps and they have all the stamps with the faces, and let's say it's a 50-year-old stamp and you don't know the history behind that stamp, or where it came from or where you got it, that would be one situation where the tokenized aspect of it would come in handy.
I think what actually happened there is you went to this conference and they gave you Kool-Aid and you drank it. I hope that you're familiar with that reference, because they gave you Kool-Aid and you drank it.
No, that makes sense. If you're a collector, if you have a collector's item, to verify the authenticity of that item makes sense. Like if you for example, there's always fake art on the market. The art market is one of the most bastardized markets. Number one, we can talk about the fucking $1 million banana, or we can talk about the fake Picassos.
First of all, art specifically is for laundering money. Okay.
Sure.
100% of it is to launder money. That's why all the artists that are actually passionate about art are poor. The people who actually care are poor. Because you can't convince those people to use their art to do bad stuff. The bad people are the ones that their art is worth a lot of money, because it's easy to convince a bad person to do a bad thing. Well, not that laundering money is bad. I mean, fucking launder your money. Personally, I don't really give a shit.
Jesus.
I really don't care. I mean, just probably don't fund ISIS if that's still a thing. But if you want to launder money, have fun, launder it. But yeah, no, art is 100% about laundering money. 100%. So. Sure.
But like I said, and that even goes with supply chain. Not that you should tokenize everything, but it's all about keeping track of where things came from. That's the only actual use case I agree when it comes to tokenizing things.
I am much more of a fan of, let's call it actual digital cash. Okay. So for example, the Tangum cards, how you don't have access to the private key, but it exists or whatever. If there's a way that we can, prove that the company Tangum doesn't have access to the private keys, because technically we can't, right? Excuse me. But if there's a way to prove that they don't have access to those private keys, that literally turns digital currency into cash. Because when I give that to you, I cannot revoke it. I physically handed it to you. It's a bearer instrument or a bearer bond at that point that holds value because you physically have it. And you physically need to have it to spend that value that's on there. I like that a lot more. That type of shit excites me way, way, way more than kind of what we're doing now, right? Sending people Bitcoin and whatever, is cool for cross-border shit. But if I want to trade you an item, I don't want that item to go from my wallet to your wallet. I don't want that to happen. I want the item physically to go from my hands to your hands, and because you physically now have that item, whatever it ends up being, you can do shit with it. So let's talk about applications Jerome has the little Meebo characters for the Switch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of those has a serial number or whatever, and the way it works is cool, but I could technically spoof those. I could learn them all. I could, make it output the same signal that it's outputting now to be that thing, right? But if it's a crypto wallet, there's the private key and the public key. So you can try to output the public key, but it's not. If it doesn't actually match, it's not that item.
Right.
So you could actually tag things in real life, and that would be dope for supply chain. That would be a great use for NFTs. That type of shit I'm cool with. So if you want to do something like that, where like there's a physical item and I can give that physical item to you, and now you're the owner of it physically and digitally, that makes sense. But for me to own something like in spirit is weird.
I guess. I mean, the best use case for scenario when it comes to NFTs would definitely be gaming. When it comes to like trading skins or guns or like any of that, because people do pay a lot of money for those, and you do use them in game, but like usually you can't trade them unless like there's not really like a market for those. There should be. Like if once you buy things on the game, you can't really just like, oh hey, I'm just gonna sell it to my friend. Like that's not a thing.
Sort of. It's wacky and it's not meant to work that way. But like some games have the ability for you to purchase things and gift it to other people. So theoretically, you could put something on eBay that says like, oh buy this thing, and if you buy it,
you'll gift it. Yeah, but like
it kind of.
I don't want to gift my stuff,
games,
right? I would rather like gifting is cool, but like. I would have to know the person to gift it, but I'd rather, sell something that I paid for. Like, why am I not allowed to? Why can I go to GameStop and I can sell my game for $30? They can sell it back to me for $45, but I can't sell, the skin that I bought online.
Right.
Tell me why.
And so, no, but that aspect of NFTs is actually very exciting, but not specifically just because it opens up the possibility for you to sell stuff. The application of that I'll be most excited about is like, I'm not really a big gamer, but like I like to like watch shit to like fall asleep or whatever. It's like I'll watch people like playing like Fortnite and Rust and like kind of
ASMR.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, games like that. And so, in those games, sometimes people do like some really crazy shit and like they'll clip it and put it online, and that's lit. But what if they could then turn around and sell me that gun that did that thing, or that skin that did that thing, or like the whole skin and gun combination or whatever, right? Like they've got this custom gun and they racked up, this crazy amount of kills in this one game or whatever, and I'm just like, yo, like I want that gun. And to the average person, like, okay, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't function any different.
Well, that's like buying someone's bathwater, or buying Snoop Dogg's napkin. Like you're buying, you're buying PewDiePie's gun. You're buying this person's gun. Like,
and people would pay top dollar.
They would pay top dollar for that.
So that I'm actually like, that's something I'm kind of excited for because it extends the functionality of just games in general, because you can trade stuff and whatever, and it's like actually that item or whatever. But it also helps the fans and the content creators / gamers or whatever, engage each other more often. So that is actually a really it's a win-win-win like all around. So that I like. But some applications, like you were saying, like they're just slapping the shit on fucking everything like a banana with duct tape. Like I just can't.
No, those things, those are not things that I guess condone. I mean, I don't know. When people sell NFTs for art, just think about just having like selling a digital copy. That's really all it comes down to. All it boils down to, just having a digital copy. Because I mean, there's people who physically print copies and they'll sell printed copies. But there's people who like, you want a digital copy, I'll sell you a digital copy.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I sell a digital copy if I can sell it?
True.
Make my money back.
So, a couple things from the chat. Let's see here. Stamp collection. Ha ha ha.
There's people who collect stamps out there. I don't know. They might be like 90, but they exist.
What's to stop the person that physically owns an art piece to create a fake and sell the fake with the token? So to answer you, Bitcoin Jake, what I was talking about, I don't have my wallet on me to like show you, but there's these cards. Look up the Tangum company or whatever, and that same type of technology, not a direct fit, but that same type of technology would apply where the card itself is NFC enabled. So there's obviously some type of like contacts inside that are getting triggered when an NFT device sends them power. And it has a public key and a private key, but the bearer never has access to that private key, so they can't take that private key and then put it somewhere else. So that card is always going to be that card. You can destroy it, but you can never create a new one. And so because of that, if you were able to weave that technology into the actual canvas of art, you could destroy it, but you couldn't fake it. Let's see here. Something else. Nike is supposedly working with Ethereum on the authenticity of sneakers. What's the coin that your friend likes that watches our stream sometimes?
You're
Versa.
No, you're talking about
V-Chain.
VeChain.
Versa.
VeChain, yeah. So VeChain was working with Walmart. They were working with a bunch of companies, if I'm not mistaken.
Because I think they're trying to do kind of what I'm talking about, where
Yeah.
like, you can verify the authenticity of stuff.
Yeah. A lot of supply. Honestly, supply chain is like when it comes to authenticity, like because people who companies like Nike, Versace, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, their stuff is expensive, and nothing is more detrimental than somebody selling you a $700, a couple $1,000, collector's bag, and it turns out to be fake. Like as a consumer,
Right.
and that's something that they want to combat. Just because it's not, they don't want that out there. And people sell fake bags all the time, right? So that's something that's going to help the supply chain a lot. Mostly the supply chain. So.
Yeah. And so I haven't worked it out in my head exactly how it would work for like fake bags and stuff, because bags have like multiple layers, and typically you're not gonna unsew like the layers of like a nice Gucci bag to make sure that between this layer and this layer there's nothing. So I haven't exactly worked out how they would get around that. But with a painting, since a painting is literally just a canvas, it's not two, and you would be able to see if there were two canvases
if they
glued
put
together.
something there prior to putting top layers on, if they put something in the middle, or they if they manufactured, let's say, because like on a bag, like you said, it has several layers. If one of those layers had something intertwined, like at some point in time, Nike shoes came in with if you took the sole off the bottom of the Nike shoe, you can connect it to the Nike Plus app, and it could like tell you, it could track the running and everything. Something similar could be embedded into the bag.
But let me explain to you why it would be slightly easier to counterfeit that based on like what Bitcoin Jake is saying, right? So I'm not going to unsew my Nikes to make sure that every single layer is there in the way that it's supposed to be. So that means that I'll never actually physically see the thing that is communicating with the app or whatever. Because of that, and because there's multiple layers, there's not really a way to verify the authenticity, right? Like, for example, someone could have an authentic pair of whatever Nike sneakers, right? And then take out the chip, okay? And put that into some fake shoes, and then sell the fake ones knowing that they still have the real ones. And technically, I mean, they do still have the real ones, but also technically the fake ones would scan as the real ones.
I guess, but then if they were to try to sell the real ones...
But they wouldn't need to, because they would keep the real ones, knowing just to themselves that they are the ones that own the real ones, and that someone else has the fake ones. And I know for a fact, if we start doing this with shoes, that is one of the first things that people are going to try to do. Because to be able to buy a pair of real shoes and fake shoes, and then keep the real ones, and have the fake ones scan as authentic, is going to be very, very lucrative to people. But where that doesn't work inside of a painting is because I can physically see if there are two pieces of canvas glued together. And theoretically, a painting should not be two pieces of canvas glued together. The canvas should be the appropriate thickness for the not medium, but the whatever you're painting with, the oil or watercolors, whatever.
I feel like however they do it, if there was to be a chip in one place, it would destroy the bag or shoe. Like, in order to get whatever out, it would destroy the product. So, like, for me to want to...
Right, but it would destroy... But so, okay, so let's even say... I don't have shoes here, but let's say the chip is in the midsole, right? I'm very familiar with sneaker terminology. I was a sneakerhead for a long time. Let's say the chip is in the midsole. It would need to be somewhere towards the outside so it could actually scan through all that rubber or whatever. But what's to stop me from literally burrowing in from the inside to cleanly remove whatever that is, and then taking it out, and then cleanly burrowing into some fake shoes, and then placing that back in? Like, I know it sounds like there's a lot going on, but I could theoretically destroy the shoe from the inside where no one's going to see it.
Right. Well, okay. So one, I don't think that they should disclose where they put it, but it should be able to scan.
Okay, so they don't have to disclose it, but someone's going to find out.
But also, I feel like, I feel like,
All that information is going to be made public as fuck, like ASAP. Like if you want to make custom shoes, the way that you used to do it was you would get the shoe itself, and then you would like trace around it and like make the actual pieces or whatever, and then stitch that onto the shoe or whatever. You can watch videos of the way they used to do it. Now you can just buy the blueprints for a fucking Nike Dunk, let's say, online. Oh, it's a size 9 Nike Dunks. Here's all the cutouts that you need to do a custom or whatever. And people can actually use that to do fakes. So fakes are getting better and better because they're not even actually fake shoes. What it is the Nike uses like Chinese factories and shit. And so that Chinese factory has to make a mold for the bottom of the shoe so they can do the injection molding for the rubber. The mold is really the only part that's like actually proprietary in a way, right? And so if I'm some derelict employee or whatever and I need money, if I steal that mold and I get $5,000 for that, that's pretty good money for me, right? But then I take that mold to another company that's outfitted the exact same way, and I can now make that exact same shoe because I used to work at this factory, and so I know the process of making the shoe. I know where the material's sourced from. Like I know everything that's needed to go into the shoe. I got that, and I also have the proprietary mold that's used to make it. So it's 100% possible for sneakers and things of that nature. Right
is
now,
there a way to make either cloth or the fibers of the shoe somehow like
that's what I was talking
special
about.
or
That's the part that I'm talking about, and that's how I have it figured out for art because there's only one fiber, right? Well, not one fiber. There's only one. It's just one sheet of canvas, right? And so if the NFC chip that's inside plastic right now is woven into that art, and the only reason why it makes a lot of sense with art is because you treat like you don't want to get it wet. You don't like it's not. You treat it very nicely. It sits on a wall and it doesn't move. Basically, that's why it works really well with art, where inside that actual fabric is the NFC chip. And if you were to try to just remove that one piece of fabric, you would destroy the NFC chip that's in there because of the way the contacts are just woven intricately through the actual canvas. There's not a way to cut that out and attach it to another painting. And even if there was a way to do that, you can't just stitch canvas back into canvas.
So you know how they have those stickers at the store where it's like if you were to like peel off the sticker, it's like a 4-piece sticker, the sticker would break at some point in time unless you like really like neatly like really tried.
Kind of, yeah.
Could we have some kind of like, I guess NFC or some kind of authentication technology where if you
deepfakes are getting better,
a
Erica.
piece, like that's it, like it's broken, like the NFC no longer works.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking about literally weaving it into the fabric of canvas.
Can we weave it into the fabric of shoes or clothes? Is that a possibility?
So again, the issue with the shoes and clothes is no matter what portion of that you weave it into, most people are not going to deconstruct the shoe to verify that there's nothing amiss. Your shoe, your foot goes into it, and you see it from
right.
the
But
outside.
I'm saying if somebody was to take it out, like it would stop working. Like the NFC would stop working, which means that you can no longer authenticate it.
I don't think so because there's multiple layers.
If they leave it there, but if they don't leave it there and they try to mess with it and they try to put it in another shoe, if they try to,
Okay.
what I'm trying to say is if they take it out of the original and they like let's say there's somehow it's the way it's put, it either breaks and it no longer works, or they take a piece of it and it no longer works. Like however they take it out, it no longer works.
If there are multiple layers, that would not work, and here's why. Let's use your laptop as an example, okay? Mm-hmm. I've left a secret note inside your laptop. Now, the location of this note is actually on the screen, okay? But you can't open this to verify it because if you open it, you'll destroy it. So your chance of opening this to just get the thing or whatever because you're just the average consumer, really negligible, right? But if I told you that, okay, now your note is on just, the back of this screen, you can flip it over and see it, right? So you can see that the note is there because you can flip it over and you have access to both sides of this material. When it's closed, since you don't have access to both sides of this material, you can't verify where that thing is. So let's say the way it works is there's a layer that's inside the shoe, which they're not going to change the way they're constructing the shoes to make this work. It's going to have to integrate with the shoe as it stands, because comfort, technology, etc., whatever that goes into the shoes now can't be changed that much just for authenticity, because they don't really care that much, right? But if there's two layers, just like your laptop is the bottom part and the screen, so there's two layers. You're not gonna get that shoe and then open up that second layer to make sure that the thing that is scanning properly is on the inside layer, because if it is authentic, now you've damaged it and now you can't really sell it again.
But there shouldn't be a need for me to open it. There should just be a need for me to be able to scan it.
Right, but if I know that all you're gonna do is scan it and you're not gonna open it, that means that it's very easy for me to pass it off as the real thing, even though it's a fake, if I've cut out that thing from inside my shoe and placed it into your fake shoe.
But how? If you cut it out, it breaks.
So here's a painting, right?
Sure.
And then the NFC chip is on this side. So obviously, if I cut off this part of a painting and stitch it onto another painting, you'll notice, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the NFC chip is obviously not on the outside, because it can't be. It has to be woven either into the fabric or on the inside of the shoe or whatever. If I take off that specific piece of the shoe and I reattach that to another shoe, which it's most likely not going to be the outer layer, it's most likely going to be an inner layer that's probably like waterproof or whatever the fuck technology they use for that to keep it safe, I can just cut around the whole thing. The first one, we're probably going to fuck up on. And maybe even the second one. But after someone figures out, okay, Nike puts their thing in this spot, in these shoes, like Nike's not going to change it every single time. Like you scan, like it's going to be one scan spot on every single shoe that they do. And so once that shoe is deconstructed enough times, people will figure out how to fake it in a way that you would only know if it's fake if you took the shoe apart. And the same thing for purses. But since art is literally just one thing,
That seems like a hassle.
it would be a hassle, except for the fact that some of these shoes that come out, you buy them for $100 and you could sell them for thousands of dollars. So someone who's already deep into that culture already would find this as like, yo, this is a thing that I could actually do, and they would do it.
That is true. They do sell those shoes for a lot of money.
A lot of money. Shoes go for a lot of fucking money. So some way to authenticate them would be amazing, but I just, with what we have now and what I know about Nike and like other companies like that, shoes is not going to be it. Purses is going to be hard too, but art is the perfect application for some type of embeddable NFT, because you will physically see if it's damaged and the art piece itself would be damaged. So, but then that also allows you to trade that art while still verifying it is the piece that you think it is, without there being a trail of like, oh, it went from this person to this person to this person.
What if?
Because I don't think there should be a trail.
What
for everything.
if the technology that they put in it could tell if it was removed? Like it triggers it somehow.
If a technology, like if it was removed?
Right. It can be like, oh, this has been like removed from whatever.
But
what if there was multiple sensors?
But how would you do that on fabric though?
I don't know. What if there's multiple sensors and it could tell if it was
But
removed?
sensors require a battery, and NFC doesn't use a battery.
That's true.
So it wouldn't know that it's been tampered with until something actually.
I guess that becomes more intricate, and that's where we get into the Back of the Future shoes. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but like.
You don't know if I've ever seen the Air Mags? Are you? What? Was that a serious question right now?
Well, you don't have to get hasty about it.
That's not the word you were looking for at all.
Yeah, you're getting like.
So you're okay. Anyways, yes, I've seen the Air Mags. I've seen both the samples. I've seen the production Air Mags. I've seen the auction Air Mags.
Just go with the conversation. Tim
love to
can't
own
take
one.
conversation. Anyways, guys.
Have I ever seen Air Mags?
Anyways, guys.
What on earth?
So.
Fabulous has a pair of those.
Who?
Fabulous?
Who's Fabulous?
Fabulous is a rapper.
Oh, Fabulous.
No, his name is Fabulous. It's not Fabulous. Fabolous is not how you spell fabulous. His name is Fabulous.
Sorry, I'm looking at a message.
Fabolous. How the back youngin'. Ooh, ooh. No?
Oh, I'm so tired.
Oh,
Anyways,
so no VR then?
when are we gonna do that?
I was gonna do it at 11:30, so you could go to sleep after, or whatever it is that you do.
Sure. When are we gonna do that?
11:30 was the number I just said.
Oh, true. 11:30. Oh, it's 11:17.
Right.
We're close.
Okay. I mean, the conversation was happening. There were things being said.
Yeah. Oh, back to NFT NFT NYC. Best part about the conference was the breakfast. They had an entire 4-course meal.
Deadass?
It was great. Yes, because they had waffles. They had
Waffles.
They had pancakes. They had pancakes. They had eggs, sausages, fruits, granola bars, yogurt.
Nollies. They had nollies.
They had the little pastries like cinnamon rolls.
What kind of pastry?
Stuff.
Cinnamon rolls.
They had coffee. They had like 3 different types of water. Yeah, let me put the pancakes in my bag. Hold on. No, Tim. I'm not bringing it.
You brought me a whole fucking. You brought me a bag. You brought I have so much swag from this conference. You don't bring me pancakes and shit.
Tim, the conference was Thursday. I came back Sunday night.
Exactly.
You got spoiled pancakes.
Why would they be spoiled?
Why would they be spoiled?
Just put them in a fucking Ziploc.
Yeah, for 3 days, dude.
It's bread.
For 3 days, though.
It's bread.
For 3 days.
But it's literally bread.
But you're really like you want a box of pancakes? You really that like poor right now? What's happening? You
kind of, yeah.
Oh my god.
I would love a box of pancakes right now, yeah.
Okay, I'll buy you a box of pancakes. Anyways, so
you heard her say that, folks. I'm gonna hold her to that.
This is crazy. This guy's really like upset about pancakes. Anyways, so yeah, the breakfast was probably the best part. I met Open Seas and Known Origins there. I'm really sad I did not get to have an interview with them. I talked to Nora several times. Every time I ran into them, they're like, yeah, let's get it. And I was like, yeah, just give me like 10 minutes.
Did
time.
Did they say, let's get it?
No, that's just my lingo.
Oh.
And like every time,
I would have been really happy if they said, let's get it.
No, by the time I actually got around to like having time to like, squeeze them in, like they were gone. And I was like, oh, sad face. Because like, so the thing is, a lot of people thought that was a conference. It was not a conference. It was marketed as a meetup. Please be advised that it was marketed as a meetup. Therefore, it was not a conference. If that was a conference,
therefore it was not a conference.
If it was a conference, it under delivered. If it was a meetup, well past the expectations. Granted, they were $300 tickets, and those $300 tickets, I mean, it was worth it. You got fed.
How big was the space?
It was pretty big. There was an upstairs, there was a downstairs, and then there was like a second room off to the side.
There was an upstairs and a downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And they served food.
Yes, and then there was a second room off to the side.
And the tickets were $300.
Yes.
Did anyone have a booth?
Yes.
There were booths.
Yes.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is a conference.
But it was a meetup. It was marketed as a meetup.
So here's the thing. I don't know, maybe, who...
I can have booths at my meetup. Why not?
No, here's the thing. I don't know, potentially, like, who is paying you to say these things or who you talk to that was like, no. Don't say conference. Say meetup.
No, but it was. It was. That's just my thing.
Wait a minute. No, here's the thing. I was not there. I did not get paid.
It looked like a conference, but it was marketed as a meetup.
No. Okay, boom. Right. So obviously you under promise, over deliver, which sounds like they did. However, that's a conference, boo boo.
Sure. But I mean, it was also $300 tickets, so there must have been speakers and all the rest. Like it was essentially the atmosphere was conference like. I don't be having no speakers
at my meetups. You know what we do at my meetups? We meet up.
Well, there's always speakers at meetups.
That's not true.
Only booths. The booths are usually like, so out of everything, I want to say the booths were probably like
the most conference.
Yeah, it was the most conference like aspect. But I mean, why not? Why not have a booth at a meetup? It's not forbidden.
A booth, sure. Multiple booths that people paid money to be at. Conference. It is what it is.
I guess maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I enjoyed it.
$300 those tickets?
Yeah.
I wonder how much they actually sold because I personally do not know anyone that went that paid money to go there.
I think I know. Did Ryan pay to go there?
I hope not.
Why?
That's my guy. I hope he doesn't pay money to go to these things. Look, listen, folks. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this, but personally, I don't really give a shit. You should not be paying to go anywhere, okay? Because you are the product most of the time, okay? When there's booths and things like that involved, those companies are paying money to shill you their services. Now, might those services be useful to you? Absolutely. But should you pay money to literally sit there and be advertised to for however long? No, you should not. You should always try to figure out how to get media passes, how to outright just sneak the fuck in. I purposefully do not wear my badge when I go to conferences. I'm not doing it. Security is not a thing that I even address or respect or deal with. I'm fine. You're fine. Goodbye. So I'm not stopping when someone says, "Oh, you gotta wear your badge." Like, I'm not doing that.
So here's the thing, right? A lot of these conferences are not meant for the yous and me's. They're meant for business people. Yes.
You should pay to go to those because that's networking and it's different.
Well, that's what a lot of these are. Like a lot of these. So yes, you can go to a conference, as just a normie, and you can have fun, and you can get a bunch of swag, and it's great, and all these things are wonderful. But also, there's a lot of connection opportunities at these conferences, which kind of makes them important. And because of that, that's what they market their price tag as. And even when speaking to people who put these conferences on, their main target are business people. Their main target are people who want to not only possibly collaborate with these companies, but also invest in these companies and things like that. Usually these conferences are not 100% put on for the regular yous and me's, which is kind of the deal. When conferences are priced at a lesser rate and they're much cheaper.
$300 is not a lesser rate. That's a lot of money for a conference.
Sure, but usually, even the swag that they give back, it almost gives it back in value. Between the swags and the domains and things that they give out, it's not that bad.
No.
There was a conference where they gave out I don't know how much it was in Bitcoin to people, but I think tickets were $200 there, and they gave out $100 back in Bitcoin. Things like that.
First of all, I need you to time the fuck out right now. That conference that you were talking to is the one that didn't happen because it was a scam.
No. Not. I'm not talking about Memphis. No.
Because that one they were supposed to give you Bitcoin.
Right. No. So that one they were supposed to do Bitcoins. They're supposed to fly people out and blah blah blah. That was a joke, right?
Memphis is a joke. Did you ever call the credit card company about that?
I did, and they gave me my money back.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
ASAP.
Yes. So.
Let's go.
So I feel really bad too. That conference was supposed to be today. The Memphis conference was supposed to be. Yes, today's the 27th.
I was supposed to be in Memphis right now.
You were supposed to be in Memphis now.
Look at my Bitcoin stocks. You fuck.
Yeah. So today was supposed to be the massive adoption conference or whatever. That was supposed to be put on in Tennessee. If you guys are familiar with that.
Did I tell you he was supposed to come on our show?
Yeah, you told me, and then he denied or
Man's
whatever.
Supposed to come on this show.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, I don't know, man, but basically, I feel really bad for whoever paid in crypto, which was basically everyone. I'm really happy I convinced him to let me pay my credit card. Very happy. So happy. You have no idea.
I don't know if convince is the right word. I would use finesse for that.
Not even finessed. I was just listen, man, if you want my money, I'll give you my credit card information, and that's it.
Wait, you gave specifically him, as a human being, your credit card information?
No. There was a system that you went through and whatever, and then it charged you. I think he used, I don't remember, but it was he sent me an invoice, and then you went through the invoice, kind of like PayPal. It was a processor. He went through some processor.
R.I.P. PayPal.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
So, I mean,
They tried to start the digital revolution, but it just did not work.
Maybe. But, anyways, I'm happy I got at least to do that rather than paying in crypto a lot of people had to do. A lot of people had to pay in crypto. And honestly, if he gives all those people their crypto back, dude, bless his soul.
Yeah, Blueface.
Because baby. I do not believe that he's actually going to pay everyone their crypto back. And then I'm wondering, what, legal issues is he actually going to run into?
What are those group lawsuits called? One of those?
For, the class action lawsuits?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably going to drop a class action lawsuit. I don't know, they'll probably drop can I still be part of that?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Because of all the other money that we spent, like, preparing to go to this thing that, like, we're not going to go to, downtime.
True.
All the
True.
stuff I didn't schedule for that time because we were supposed to be over there for that.
True. All right. So if you guys want to make a class action lawsuit, somebody should actually be I mean, so are we supposed to give him until the time of for the lawsuit, or are we supposed to like do it immediately? How does that work?
Just fuck him. Just do it immediately.
I don't know. I don't know.
If it was anyone else, like, and that's not to say, like, you know, that I have anything specifically against him, but if it was anyone else, like, you know, maybe give them the benefit of the doubt. But someone who's been a serial scammer their whole life, like, the one opportunity that we gave you to not be a scammer and then you want to just be a scammer again, like, I'm over it.
I guess that makes sense.
Like, I know that you're really nice to people, but I'm not because I fucking don't like people. And, like, I could see through all the bullshit. Like, the whole thing, it was never actually supposed to happen. His best case scenario was that the conference didn't get happen and that he got called out as a scammer. That was his best case scenario. Let's say, okay, look, let's say this, right? Let's say you need a loan from a bank, and a bank's not going to give you a loan because you're not a fucking real person, right? But you've built up this reputation as somebody for some reason in the crypto space, right? Boom. You put on a fake conference. You make people pay you in crypto so they can't get the money back, right? Like, you were one of the lucky ones, one of the very, very, very few lucky ones that got that whole package with that, because most of those packages were only in crypto, right?
Right.
So you get a whole bunch of rubes to pay you in crypto for a thing that you never actually intend to put on, and that if you actually do end up having to put on, is going to cost money, which is not the goal here. The goal is to just make all the money and say fuck everybody. So you get money from sponsors, boom. You get money from people, boom. Once you have money from sponsors and money from people, you do a little bit of advertising, and you get more money from sponsors and more money from people because more people have seen you now, and then you just allow your past to just catch up. Whoa, we're back. We're back. Oh, I yelled. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're back. And Tim was talking about scammers, and we're back.
I really don't remember what. I know it was really juicy, and then Jerome started talking about a bunch of other shit when he came out here and let us know that we were down. And I know I was really going off on a tangent, but pretty much it's really easy to scam people. And this was 100% his best case scenario was that the event did not happen. And so he got what he wanted, pretty much. Because that was the best.
This is a really good beer.
It was good, right? Like, it was good because the name is Simpler Times and it tastes very simple. Like the flavor of the grains.
Well, just the flavor of it is just like nice.
Like the flavor of the grains are strong.
Like it's
though,
sweet.
Right? Sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet.
I don't get. Hold on. I don't get a sweet from here. I get like a very grainy, like a grain flavor.
No, it's sweet to me.
Like a sweet grain.
I don't want to. I don't know. Anyways, guys, are you guys ready to play some VR? Because I am.
Okay, so first of all, go ahead and open that up, and let's discuss what we have. By the way, Garcon, clip starts here. And so in this box here, what is it? This is the official carrying case.
This is the official carrying case, guys.
It's actually kind of fire. Don't let that drop out. So it. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's padded.
Oh, y'all can't. I wish there was a way for them to feel this right now. It's like velour inside there, and it's padded. Oh well, no, the padding's not that great, but the velour though. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
It's like one of those like couches where you can spell your name in like the fur or whatever. It's kind of like that. Anyways,
I spelled your name.
Neat. I don't believe you. You probably spelled something rude.
No, I spelled Tim. Oh, I tried anyways.
Oh, I see it. Oh, how nice. How nice.
All right, well, I'm just going to leave my hair down because that's the easiest way to do it.
And then these are the controllers?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Drum has a big-ass head. Jesus Christ.
Damn, boy. Yeah, big old noggin, boy.
Jeez. Man, gotta strap this thing on extra tight.
God damn, boy. You say your dome piece huge, bro.
I think it's the dreads.
Nah. It's definitely not the dreads. You got big old dome piece, boy.
All right. So let me turn the Quest on here.
Okay, so first things first.
And it's dead.
Is it really?
It is. I'm gonna have to plug it in.
It's not been charging?
No.
Perfect.
Drum's terrible.
I love everyone.
All right, so let me plug it in because we can still play while it's plugged. And the wire is super long, so that's good.
And conveniently, there's a plug right to your right because.
Am I not gonna stand over there?
Did a bunch of stuff. Oh shit. Yeah. Technically.
All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna plug it in over there where I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand over there because that makes sense.
Okay.
All right,
Technically, I should mic you for this. Technically. Anyways,
Nah.
so we talked a little bit earlier about how I was going to explain how to get this streaming if you're a streamer or if you care about stuff like that, or maybe even if you just want to record your gameplay. So the way everything works right now is really janky and it's kind of hit or miss, and it doesn't work with everyone's computers and systems and whatever. So for this, we're going to use stuff that everyone has access to so long as they've got an Oculus Quest, which is this headset here. It's called the Quest because supposedly you can
Go on a quest.
Go on a quest.
Virtually.
Meaning there's technically no wires except for the fact that there are wires. Also, after this, to get everything set up, I am going to go over some of the things that you'll need to actually accomplish getting this streaming. Because audio is going to become an issue, so if you've ever tried to use the Oculus app, the app that goes along with it, apparently the audio just doesn't work for whatever reason. To the app, so whenever you're streaming stuff that you see on here to wherever, there just is not audio. Now, the headset itself does have audio, so the person playing can listen, and there is a 3.5 millimeter, or some people call it an auxiliary cord, output, so a female aux is built into the headset, and so we're going to take advantage of that, but in order to do that, we actually need some equipment. So I will show you guys what we need to be able to take advantage of that in just a second here.
Alright, looks like it needs a second to get some juice first and then
some
we
stuff.
can turn it on.
No worries, because we're still working on building the thing. So Annalise, you might not have heard her, just said that it needs juice, so it's going to charge, and she's falling, and you didn't see it, but I wish you did, because it was pretty funny. So you need any kind of headset, not Bluetooth though. It does need to be 3.5 millimeter in order for the person that's playing the VR to hear the VR, and for us to hear the VR to be able to capture it. So I don't know.
That would make sense.
Do you have a headset?
Do I have a headset that plugs in?
3.5 millimeter?
Yes.
Probably somewhere, right?
Yes.
If not, no worries. We do have one here.
Oh, this is empty.
Okay, so we do have one here. Not a big deal. It's really just for demonstration purposes, and you'll play a little bit, and it'll be fun, and I'll do some commentating. It'll be fine. So we're just going to use just any old 3.5 millimeter headset. Really not a big deal. Then, whoop!
Tim just hit his foot. That's the sound he makes when he hits his foot.
Is that the sound I make?
Yeah. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's getting something.
Getting some wires.
He's getting wires, guys.
Where are all my wires?
Also, guys, I'm in a book. I want to throw that out there. Somebody mentioned me. Somebody made a crypto Twitter book, and it's really funny. I read it. Shout out to Divi Raptor. Cool guy. Controversial guy. Some people like him, some people don't. But, I think he's pretty cool. He wrote a book, Crypto Twitter edition, and there's a few. Honestly, if you're not familiar with the degens or the degenerates, as they like to call them, you might not know him or know some of the people in that book. But essentially, that is one. He is a degen, or considered a degen, and he is the one that wrote the book. And it's really funny.
First of all, let's talk about this for a second, because here's my thing. Some of these so-called degenerates are not even really degenerates. They're just people that like hiding behind memes and fake pictures.
Right.
So, not to disrespect none of your friends, but full disrespect to some of your friends, because that's not actually cool, right? You want to see some real degenerates? Come hang out with me on the fucking weekends, okay? You've seen me get down. I'm a fucking degenerate, okay? I can do my business, cool shit or whatever, but I'm a fucking degenerate, all right? And some of the shit, no. So anyways, as I was saying, on the Oculus itself, it's got a female port for 3.5 millimeter. So what I'm going to use is a male, okay, to dual female splitter. Now that's just a regular old aux splitter. Got mine from Amazon, no big deal. The company that we use for a lot of our 3.5 millimeter stuff is called Cable Direct. Really not for any particular reason other than I have like slight OCD and I like all my cables to match. But other than that, that's it. So you'll also need some sort of. I really thought this was much longer than it is now, and I'm realizing that I'll need to make some slight adjustments, which is not a terribly big deal, just based on what we're using now for audio. But for audio, you'll use this, and then this will be what you hear when you're playing the game, right? So boom, you hear that because it's going into the headset or whatever, and it's in your ears, and everything's great. And then we take one of these, okay, and we plug this end into the computer. And it's very important that we plug it into the computer because, like I said, you can hear the output of the game, but when it's streaming, there is no audio output. Really weird. So we kind of have to match that up in post. Now, luckily, I did all the calculations for you guys. It's super easy. What you want to do is, if you're using a program like OBS, Open Broadcaster Studio Software Studio, I don't know what it's called, OBS, whatever. If you're using that, it allows you to set a delay between video and audio, or audio and video if there's two different sources. So the delay is usually around 250 milliseconds. Setting that delay for your audio, because the audio is coming direct, and then the video feed is obviously transferring from place to place. Usually 250 milliseconds is going to be pretty good, depending on your router. If your router's a piece of shit, you may have a longer delay. I don't know. I'm not your router. Go ask your dad. So you'll need a couple cables for that. Male to male, 3.5 millimeter, and a male to dual female splitter cable, and then just your good old headphones there. Bingo bango, Bob's your uncle, and now I can queue up that audio right here on the computer and match it to the video that we're going to get from the official Oculus app, and then another app that we're going to be running in the background on whatever phone you have called Let's View. So Let's View basically just mirrors your phone screen to wherever. So like I could send you my phone screen to like your phone, or in this instance, I can send it to a computer. It also lets you mirror your computer screen to your phone, which I've not found a use for yet, but it seems pretty cool. Anyways, the phone screen gets mirrored to the computer, and then we use that application as a screen capture inside OBS. Match up the audio, boom, perfect recording. And depending on your phone screen size, it might already be native 1920 by 1080, which is great. Like my phone screen size, the Oculus, what is this? The OnePlus
OnePlus
3T,
3, yes.
3T. The size of this screen is like if you blew this up, like if you drag the corner down or whatever, it would be the same size as like pretty much every other screen because it's actually like just a 1080p screen or whatever. Some phones are like longer or thinner or whatever, so their resolution natively is like a little bit different. But I know that this phone specifically works perfectly. When I drag everything in OBS, it snaps to the corners, you know, because it just lines up perfect. So I don't know what phone you're using. You may need to crop and pad the video if you're doing it inside OBS. Either way, not really a big deal because the video feed will be there anyway, but just something to note, just depending on your actual phone resolution, what you see on your computer screen is going to be a different size. So can confirm that with the equipment that we have here, everything works amazing and flawless. So
All right, are we ready to go?
just waiting on the charge, I guess. I don't know, maybe check
All right,
that
so
out.
how do we, does
Grab
this plug
grab
into
a
that
stool.
headset?
Yeah, so there is an output on the headset that you'll want to grab, and
then this is your portion.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna be long enough.
It should
Try
be,
it and let me
Because you're
know.
plugging it there,
Yeah,
right?
and you're just gonna be sitting down, right?
Well, I'll just stand here.
Okay, so this should be long enough, but you can buy a longer cable if you need one.
All right, so let's try this out. All right, so then let me unravel this. Hold on, your headphones are like, I don't know what's happening here.
Understood, fam. So let's go ahead and do a transition to Annalise on a green screen.
Wow, that was so shitty.
All right, like I said, Annalise on a green screen. All right, so if you want to be in the video yourself, obviously you would need one of these here green screens to make this work. And I know, folks, this is not really crypto themed, but keep in mind we are a blockchain media company, and so media of all varying aspects of all new technology is kind of something that jives me. Is not the word I was looking for, but it's what I'm going to use now.
Makes you hard. Makes you get a stiffy.
It makes my heart get a stiffy. Yeah, I get a heart on. Oh, sorry. That wasn't funny. I'm sorry. That was the fucking stupidest thing I've ever fucking said in my life. Yo.
Alright, so office
Yo,
is
yo,
on,
Truce, what up,
and,
boy?
where did I put the controllers, actually? I think I put them in this corner here.
I don't have them, so you probably have them.
Oh, actually, can you pass them to me? They're over on there.
Got you, family.
Alright, do I need to do anything from here?
Do you need to do anything? No, through the magic of science, supposedly Geronimo is watching right now, and he's going to do his stuff in the back end, which really is only setting up the Oculus app and pairing that with your Quest, which if you own an Oculus Quest, I'm going to have to assume that you know how to do that already, and then watching the video on the Quest. What else he's doing is opening up the Let's View app, and I am also going to open up
It's literally blocks, like it's squares.
Okay, now you see Annalise. Maybe.
It says it'll be right back.
Okay, don't know why that happened, but I think I fixed it. Hopefully that wasn't for too long. Gotta remember that my enter button will slay me if I'm not paying attention because that is one of my hotkeys. Never do that. Never make your enter button a hotkey. I don't know what I said, what you didn't hear, what you did hear. So she is in virtual reality right now, but I can't see anything. And so what I'll need is for Geronimo, if he's watching, to go ahead and get both the Oculus app paired with this headset, which I'm going to assume you guys know how to do if you've got an Oculus Quest. I don't know if you saw that part because apparently I
I
pressed the
think
wrong
I
button.
have to go into the settings and run it, if I'm not mistaken.
That you have to do that?
To cast it? Yeah,
Yeah, I have to cast it. It
Well,
goes. It's
do you
settings,
do you have to?
experimental features. No.
No, just go to open the menu and then down at the bottom.
Sharing. I lied.
and
Okay,
Yes.
so you're going into menu and then sharing.
Yes, I have to go into sharing and I press the cast button, and then there's the Oculus app where you can click and just press next, and then that's it.
Got it. So you went into menu and then sharing, and then there was something that said Oculus app for you to
Yes.
be able to connect it with the app that's on the phone that we're
Yes.
using. Let's say it's this one, maybe, and then I'm beep boop bopping over here on the phone.
Yes.
Got it. So on the phone, what's happening?
It gives you a pop-up to say start casting. I click start casting, but it actually didn't cast, so try it one more time. I'm actually going to close all the apps on my phone. That I think is a thing.
All right. So for this, usually what I'll have anyone do is restart their phone, restart whatever technology it is that you're using during that time, so it's fresh.
Are we good?
Hit the Oculus app and
Casting?
Yeah, cast button.
Okay, it's going.
So we're gonna try a cast one more time now after having restarted a few things on the other end over there.
It doesn't say that you're casting. Just hit it again.
Oh, I pressed record. Hold on.
Little technical difficulties, and as you can see,
Cast.
not a perfect
Oculus
system here,
app, next.
but it's really the best that we have right now because a lot of the other stuff is way more intricate.
Is it
So
doing it?
are you on the right Wi-Fi?
I am this time. Alright, that's in church. Yeah.
Bluetooth? I don't know what else needs to be on. I don't know how this works. I'm kind of just fumbling around here.
It says there's a green light now.
I'm good now.
Okay, so we're good? Alright.
You got it?
Yes, but I lost my connection with you when I cleared all my apps.
Totally fine. So now that you've got that, go ahead and rerun Let's View. So Oculus, you connect to that from the headset to the phone first. So you might need some extra hands or to lift up your headset or whatever if you're going to be streaming. The setup process does kind of take a little bit, but once it actually is running, you can just kind of go and be in the game and configure it how you want to configure it and just run with it. So
I have to do Let's View first. I got connected with Let's View, but it kicked me out of the cast for her.
Okay.
So
We'll go
check-
back.
I
Go to
connected
Let's
with
View.
You should see my phone now.
all right, I've got a phone here on Let's View. I can see all the cool stuff that's happening. Actually, wait. While you're doing that, hold on one second. Don't even do anything yet. Hold on. It's pretty cool that I can see that. Give me a second here. Where's my one that has a phone? Hold on. It's in here somewhere.
Oh, you also want to mention that you want to turn off your notifications. I hit the Do Not Disturb button.
That is a very good point. You do, in fact, need to turn off your notifications. The reason that you need to turn off your notifications is because you're going to get a bunch of pop-ups. It's not going to be nice. So make sure you do that. Turn off your notifications. That's a great call there. I am going to pull up a...
Jerome, are you... I'm trying to cast the app. Are you...
Try it one more time. I was trying to wait for him to get the thing.
All right, Let's View. Boom, in there. Okay, so in the top corner, you'll see what Garcon, a.k.a. Jerome, a.k.a. lots of different names,
Token gamer.
is seeing. I know that you go by Token Gamer on the internet, sir, but this is my show, all right? I'm going to call you Garcon, all right? Because you bring me beer sometimes.
Oh, and now A-Power comes up.
No, we don't want to use A-Power. We just want to use Let's View. So what you're seeing on the side there is just kind of a window capture of an app that's running on my computer, but it should, in theory, be showing me what's happening on the phone.
Are you seeing anything, Jerome?
Try again.
Trying again. And... stream button yet. It took a second the first time, and we got it. Let me give it a second.
Got it.
Click the button too. Oh, I'll try it one more time. I just clicked the button and missed it.
Please stop. Just let it go.
Start casting. I got it. And it failed. Alright, try again.
Drone.
You're jumping the gun there, sport. Stop clicking on stuff.
Nah, I'm gonna do it again. Please stop. Don't touch anything.
Start casting.
All right. So as we can see here, now that we've done all that, I have this app at pretty much full screen.
You can play a game now.
With the exception of the borders. And so there is a way to clip off those borders. I'm personally right now not going to do it, but give me a second here. We're going to do a transition, and then we're going to move a couple things to a couple places. And then, in a second, you'll see our lovely host Annalise playing some in VR, etc. So again, you could remove, obviously, that top border. I mean, there's a lot of, whatnots that can be done here. I'm really not sure why this top row shows whatever, but, it's not the end of the world. But this is a way of doing it, and so you can see her in VR, and then presumably, if she were to actually have had started this facing the other direction, it would kind of look like she's, actually in the game itself. So there's a lot of ways that you can use this to do a bunch of stuff. But this is how you would get the Oculus Quest specifically to stream to a computer. And let's see here. I'm not sure if the audio is there because I know I said I was going to do that. And I'm actually not getting desktop audio for some
Ooh, are there
reason.
new ones? I don't think I've seen this one.
I did tell Zeus that we could get audio, and I don't want to be lying. Oh, that might have been it. Hold on. Is that it? It's not it. Let's try one other thing here.
Oh, I died. Ah! Wow, okay. This is an interesting one. I haven't played this one before. This is a new one.
Yeah, so try
Let's
it
try
this
again.
time, but turn around. Can you set it up, turn it around?
This is a new one. I haven't played this one before. This one's cool, though.
Alright, so I previously had this working just using desktop audio, but for some reason it's not. Annalise, can you hear the game? Annalise? Girl? She can't hear me. I don't think the audio is coming through the head. Oh no, it is. She has both head. Why would you have both headphones in? You almost punched me in the face.
There was a lot of people.
Okay, so she cannot hear me. Honestly, I don't even really know how well you can hear her. But
Ran out of bullets.
if I was to care about this at all, let's see, I would add probably a crop and pad. And I would take, I don't know, what do I take off the bottom? 20?
Oh, what happened? Ah! Wait! Aw, man. That messed me up. Did it go black for you, too?
A little bit.
That was really weird. It went black for like a split second.
Can you hear, you can hear the audio?
Yeah, I can hear the audio.
Make sure that this cable's like snugly plugged in there.
Let me see.
Cause
Yeah,
I don't
it
hear
seems to
it,
be
but
plugged in
I might be doing it wrong.
Also, can you turn around? It looks so much cooler if you're facing this green screen.
Huh?
It looks cooler if you're facing the green screen.
Does it?
Yes.
Alright, well, I'll turn around.
You're gonna have to plug the audio in on the other side, I believe.
What?
Or I can just, well, the audio is going to stay in the same place.
Headset casting ended. Fix that.
Alright, I'll fix it. Alright, let's try again. back to the app. This app.
So she's home, back in the app, going to the casting options. And then on the app, you'll have to select, like, yeah, this is what I want to happen with my life. And then boom.
Recording. It says recording. It's casting.
I don't know what that means personally. You know, I'm just here.
I don't think Jerome's sharing with you, but it's casting on my end.
I was seeing it. Okay, now I'm seeing it.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the audio's in pretty well. Nothing's loose. I can hear it. Everything's pushed in properly. Make sure yours is pushed in properly. Alright, so let's close that out. Alright, let me go back to the game. Hopefully it does not go black on me again, because that made me very sad.
Why did that just turn on? That's super random. Something just turned on here, and that was very random. Anyways,
Alright, let's try again. No, go back.
So one thing to note is that the video quality is not amazing, just by any stretch of the word amazing. It's all right, and it does what it needs to do for right now. But pretty much, I mean, you can see that, like, kind of games like this, you could, you know, maybe even potentially set it up to where, let me see. Let's see if I can make it kind of look like she's actually the hands. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do.
Are you getting game audio?
I am not getting game audio for some reason. I'm not sure why. Just not, for some reason, getting game audio. I'm not sure why. Oh, maybe because she's moving around too much? Yeah, really not sure. Oh, there we go. My name. There we go. Alright, now y'all should be able to hear what's going on. I kind of have to hold it. This is not the cable I normally use. I normally use a different cable. Also, she's moving around a lot, so that doesn't really help. So you're going to want a cable that's not only long enough to not be in the way of the person that's actually playing the game, but you want a cable that's long enough that it's not going to pull out of your computer a bunch of times. So, forgive me for not having a spare one of those right now.
No! I'm so upset. It went black again for you, did it?
Yes, I saw it. When you take the headset off, it goes black. Is that part of, like, the headset?
Yeah, that's part of the headset, but it went black during the game.
Yeah.
Why did it do that? I was so close to the end.
Is there not a,
There's a sensor, but I just don't understand why it went black. like while I was playing. Like that's like if I could do this. Do you see something now?
No, I see the app. I don't see your phone unless it's casting to the app. Or I
Okay.
don't see your Oculus
I
until
mean,
it's
it
casting
should be
to the app.
casting unless it just
No,
kicks
it just
out.
said ended, and I'm not sure exactly why it does that either.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Is that what happens when you pull the thing off your head? Because that needs to be considered as well if we're gonna be streaming stuff like this.
Maybe, but like then I don't know. I don't think it would be that hard to set up. But I'm just really sad that it stopped like a quarter way, like almost at the end. But that was cool.
Well, we've reached our time here, and while it's been tremendously fun, we do in fact need to wrap up and say our goodbyes. And so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Gonna turn that off.
I'm gonna go to
And
Crackdown.
also going to a lot of stuff going on.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I did personally. That's a new chapter to the game, I guess you could say, a new level. That song wasn't there before, so it was enjoyable. I'm just really sad that both times, I died both times because the screen went black, which makes me really sad. I wish the screen didn't go black because I was on a roll, clearly. So it is what it is. I'm pretty decent at that game, so I mean, hey. But,
Which one is that one?
Pistol Whip. That's one of my favorite VR games. Pistol Whip. If you haven't played Pistol Whip, I highly recommend it. That's what I was talking about. Like my hand-eye coordination. Like I don't need to like do anything to shoot. You just trigger, bullet. You know, that's it.
Bullet.
You know, so yeah.
So the cool thing about this method that we just used to stream right now, it's not documented anywhere on the internet. So maybe other people are doing it, but they've not disclosed the fact that anyone else is doing what we just did in order to stream. And I know it took a while to actually like get that set up or whatever.
No, honestly, compared to like how long it actually takes to get the stream set up, and even if you have the computing/processing power to actually stream on a gaming computer, like to actually stream the Oculus, you have to plug in an Oculus Link cable into the Oculus, into the computer, and then stream also onto the computer. And then you also have to be running the Oculus app. So it takes a lot of like processing power to actually get that done. Usually when I did it, there was a lag. Like my computer did not have enough processing power. Like I have a $15,000 gaming computer and it would not work.
15,000, stop it. 1,500?
1,500, yes, sorry.
Not even. Who are you flexing for right now?
What do you mean?
The gram is not here. Who are you flexing for?
That's how much the computer costs.
These are not $1,500, sweetie pie.
Yeah.
Let me just stop right. The 2020 late versions, 1,500. These, not 1,500.
Well, I paid $1,200 plus the extra X drive that boosted up to 1,500.
I don't know why you would have paid that, and I actually don't remember you paying that.
I don't know. I'll look at my receipts. We'll see. Regardless, like, it's a hassle unless you have a pretty decent, like, you know, gaming laptop. You know, but like.
And the only reason it's possible to do it that way is because the computer itself is actually running the game.
Right.
So this way, the reason why it works a little bit better for us is because the Oculus is running the game. Excuse me. And then just sending a video of what's happening to the phone.
Was it running like okay?
No, it looked pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, you should watch a clip of like just the last like few minutes or whatever. It looked pretty good.
Okay.
So.
I mean, like it's a hassle streaming from the Oculus. Like it really is. It really is.
Which is why, like, obviously, what did this cost us? Like maybe $30 in extra stuff because you need the splitter, headphones, whatever. Which most people have headphones, so that's negligible. And then an aux cable, and pretty much that's it to really actually like get it up and running. Because the Let's View app is free, and we use Let's View and not A-Power, even though they're from the same company, because Let's View is actually free. And then the Oculus app that is also free because you're using an Oculus Quest. So pretty much for like $30 is fine.
Yeah, I think Tim turned it down. Well, anyways, guys.
Look, here we go, full volume. Basically, the fucking moral of the story is I'm out of here. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. See you next time on.